You aren't tired. You aren't recovering. You are rotting. There is a concept in metallurgy that applies to your soul. A sword that strikes armor remains sharp. A sword that sits in the scabbard does not stay the same. It oxidizes. It develops rust. Rust destroys a blade faster than any battle ever could. You are currently that sword. You tell yourself you are waiting for the right moment, waiting for motivation, waiting to feel ready. But while you wait, the rust is eating the steel of your potential. This is the trap of Alasya. And if you do not draw the blade today, you will find that when you finally try to move, you have already disintegrated. Acharya Chanakya did not write self-help books for people who wanted to feel good. He wrote the Arthashastra, a manual for ruthlessly seizing power. He took a boy from the streets and turned him into the Emperor of India, destroying the massive Nanda dynasty in the process. Chanakya had a terrifying perspective on laziness. He did not punish a lazy man. He did not try to motivate a lazy student. He ignored them. Why? Because in Chanakya's eyes, a man controlled by Alasya is Misitak, already dead. You cannot strategize with a corpse. You cannot build an empire with a ghost. If you cannot command your own limbs to move, you have forfeited your right to command your destiny. So, are you alive? Or are you just waiting to be buried? If you are still breathing, here is how you cut the rust. There is a lie sold to you by modern psychology. It is the idea that you must feel like doing the work before you do it. You are waiting for the mood, Chanakya states. The future belongs to the energetic. The timid and the slow are swallowed by the jaws of time. You have just finished a dopamine detox. Your brain is screaming for comfort. It is begging you to stay in bed, to check that notification, to rot for just 5 more minutes. Listening to your brain right now is suicide. You must apply Vighna, force. Stop negotiating with yourself. Negotiations are for equals. You are the king. Your mind is the subject. Does a king ask the peasant for permission to go to war? No. He issues the decree. Look at your posture right now. Are you slumped? Are your shoulders forward? Your body is signaling defeat to your brain. Sit up. Correct it. Now. The strategy is simple. Do not think. Move. The moment the alarm rings, your feet must touch the floor before your brain realizes you are awake. The moment you need to study, the book must be open before you feel the urge to read. You bypass the mind effectively by engaging the body. Action generates momentum. Momentum generates motivation. In that order. Point number 2. Friction is fuel. Most of you are avoiding work because it feels hard. You perceive friction as a sign that you should stop. It feels difficult, so maybe I should take a break. The Niti Shastra teaches us, just as a mirror is cleaned by the friction of dust, the intellect is clarified by the friction of difficulty. A clean cloth does not clean a dirty mirror. You need grit. You need the abrasive dust. When you feel resistance, that is not a stop sign. That is the cleaning process. This is why you must attack the hardest task first, what moderns call eating the frog. But Chanakya views it differently. It is not about time management. It is about purification. when you wake up and immediately engage in high-friction activity. A cold shower, a difficult chapter of study, a heavy lift. You are scrubbing the rust off your neural pathways. You are shocking the system into high-performance mode. Do you think the Emperor Chandragupta felt motivated to fight elephants? Or did he simply understand that comfort is the enemy of greatness? Stop seeking the path of least resistance. That path leads only to mediocrity. If you start your day with low-friction activities, scrolling, comforting food, warm blankets, you are adding grease, the mirror. You are clouding your vision for the rest of the day. Embrace the friction. Let the difficulty scrub you clean. I want you to be honest. There is a task you have been avoiding, not for a day, but for weeks, maybe a month. It sits in the back of your mind like a shadow. By keeping it secret, you give it power. We are going to break that contract today. I want you to go to the comments right now. Write down the one task you have delayed for 30 days. By writing it, you drag it out of the shadows and into the light. You make a contract with this channel to kill it. Type it. Do not hide. Point number 3. Clean the space to unclog the mind. You feel brain fog. You feel lethargic. You think this is a chemical imbalance. Often, it is simply environmental feedback. Chanakya says, water that flows stays pure. Water that stands becomes poison. Look at your environment. Is your desk covered in trash? Is your bed unmade? Is your room a chaotic mess? Your environment is your external brain. If your physical space is stagnant, your mental space will be clogged. You cannot have clear, strategic thoughts in a room that looks like a defeat. The modern bed-rotting phenomenon is a cycle. You rot because the room is depressing, and the room is depressing because you rot. Break the cycle externally. Do you think a general allows his war room to be cluttered? Order is the first requirement of command. If you cannot govern the 4 walls of your bedroom, do not expect to govern a business, a family, or a nation. Before you try to study, before you try to work, purify the terrain, clean the desk, open the window, let the air flow. When the water flows, the poison washes away. When the environment is ordered, the mind aligns with it. Do not try to force a high-performance engine to run in a junkyard. The rust is not permanent, but it requires immediate action to remove. You have the tools now. You know that you must use force, Vighna. You know you must embrace the friction. You know you must clear the stagnation. The rust is not permanent, but it requires immediate action to remove. You have the tools now. You know that you must use force, Vighna. You know you must embrace the friction. You know you must clear the stagnation. Click here to learn the Chanakya strategy of speed. I will see you there.